Okay, so we've got a square with dimensions 16 centimetres, which means we're going from 0 to 16 in both directions. We have a curve with equation 8 minus 3 exponential. So if we draw that, if we just quickly sketch on a horizontal line 8, you can see it gets closer and closer and closer, doesn't ever quite reach it. If you need to check, you've also got your Y-intercept, which you would expect to be 3 less, so that's coming in at 5. So 2, 4, we'll start there. If we draw the asymptote in, 2, 4, 6, 8. So we are expecting an asymptote at 8. It starts at 5 and it gets closer and closer and closer, but never actually reaches it or crosses it. So that is equal to y equals 8 minus 3e minus 0.1 x. Find when x is 3. So from there we can just do G-solve, draw G-solve, y-cal when x is 3. So if we just write that down carefully, we've got a part 2, x equals 3. We need to show that we've substituted it in. So 8 minus 3e to the minus 0.1, 3, and then we can just read it off our calculator. And that should be 5.78. State the y-intercept. The reason that is a state is because you should have already labelled it. From your graph, and then find the value of x when y is 6. So y equals 6, 6 equals 8 minus 3e minus 0.1 x. So that's going to be x-cal. So G-solve x-cal when y equals 6, and that is 4.05. Okay, so show that this can be rearranged and find the inverse. So we start off with y equals 8 minus 3e to the minus 0.1 x. So the inverse is just swapping the x and y over. So we've got x equals 8 minus 3e to the minus 0.1 y. Then we start rearranging. So if we take the 8 off first, we've got what is minus 3e to the minus 0.1 y. We can now divide by that minus 3. And that equals e to the minus 0.1 y. We've got that e, so we're going to have to ln both sides. equals 0.1 y. So if we divide by that, then we end up with divide by that is the same as multiplying it by 10. So we'll end up with minus 10 ln x minus 8 minus 3. When we sketch this, what we should find is it will reflect in the line y equals x because it is an inverse. So what that means is you will have another asymptote. So a bit it goes up to but cannot pass. So that line is y equals x. That line is y equals 8. That line is x equals 8. And 5 is going to be here, and that's where it'll start. So we should have a line that will go up like that. So if we put in as well a line y equals x, then hopefully if we sketch the inverse of that one, what you'll see is it goes up and crosses that central point. In reality, I've got it crossing a little bit close, so if we go G-solve intersection, then we're expecting those two to cross actually at about 6.4, not at about 8. So it just means that those ones ought to be a little bit shallower and should be crossing closer to there. Rather than exactly where I've drawn them. So, beautiful effort at no double lines, no thick lines, and all the stuff that we normally go with graph sketching. So that one will go there, that one will go there, and they're crossing at a point which is there, which is at 6.4, 6.4. Okay, and that one is going to be curve B. And the first one was curve A. Okay, so for B, we've got another graph that we need to sketch. It is between 0 and 5, and I haven't drawn this one out for you. So if we go for one that is 5 by 5, so that's 0, that's 5, that's 5, and that is in B1. Okay, so we are drawing a graph of, delete that one, and delete that one. So we've got a graph of ln brackets 2x minus 3, and if we give a view window that goes only up to 5, if we leave that one up to 10, it ends up looking a little bit more like what it's supposed to. No, other way around. Okay. So we can put in a horizontal line. So, things that we need to know. Any intercept. So G-solve root is where it's crossing your x-axis, which is at x equals 2. So that's at x equals 2. And then if we also do G-solve y-cal when x is 5, then that's going to come in at 1.9, so just below 2. So we're expecting something that looks a bit like that, where that is 1.95. Okay, show that this can be rearranged and find the inverse. So we have y equals ln 2x plus 3. So the inverse of that is going to be swap the x and y over. We're going to need to e both sides to get rid of the ln. And so then if we take off the 3, and then we'll end up with y equals e to the x minus 3 all over 2. So that's rearranged to find the inverse. Sketch it and label it. And where's the line of refractive symmetry? The line of refractive symmetry will be the line y equals x, because that's where it works. So with an inverse, that's always going to be your reflection line. So what we're expecting is that's going to go start at 2 and go up to about there. So that is also at 2, and that point there is 1.955. So the line of symmetry y equals x is line of reflection.